that's when everybody's eardrums bleed just a little bit.
I
Not
see
not
that.
too much, just a little bit. What's up, guys, and welcome to Meet the Streamer, featuring your boy Bacon Sweats and your man, the myth, the legend, Falcon Elite.
That's me.
So,
So I heard.
so who you heard? This is kind of big. Fuck that scare, princess. Yeah. So this is cool. This is a good moment. This is for you guys that don't know, I've been since I got onto Twitch and started streaming, I've been part of Falcon's community, and he's been a big influence on how I stream and stuff like that. He's been a big inspiration to me. So
Such kind words, my dude.
it's it's been it's actually crazy that now I'm doing a podcast and he's here. So a very exciting moment for me to to say that. So for everybody that is here, I just want you to kind of talk about your stream and where you come from and everything like that, and then go into it. So
All right. Not really much about my stream, honestly. Started streaming on Twitch legitly about I would say 2 years ago. Came from YouTube, went over to Twitch, decided to try the streaming because I wanted more interaction with the viewers. That's just basically why I think I started streaming. Because man, YouTube you only get like 2 views and
uh-huh.
and zero comments, my dude. And I'm like, I need feedback, my dude. I need feedback. So I started streaming on Twitch. Uh, Ended up liking it to a point that I just started doing it daily.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on 511 days as of today of streaming daily.
Which is nuts to me because I've it's my streaming career is now 3 months. I'm now 3 months as of today. Today was my first test stream. Like that was February 26th, so this is now 3 months.
Yo,
And
let's go, my dude.
to,
Man, already?
yeah, I know it's kind of crazy, but it's kind of nuts that to even think that number 511, that's impressive for
It
one.
doesn't feel long. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds weird. It just felt like I started streaming last month. I'm not gonna lie. And then I
Mhm.
look at the number and I'm like, I've been doing this for a long time.
So when on your like day one, right? Day one of your stream, what game were you streaming? That you were like, I'm just gonna stream. What was that?
So it was January 1st, 2019, New Year's
Mm-hmm.
Day. My old job, we never worked New Year's Day. So my girlfriend was working, my family was just doing their own thing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stream today.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I'll just stream if I felt good or I had the time,
Mm-hmm.
just the normal stream vibes. And then I streamed, it was Black Ops 4. And I'm like,
Ooh.
I'm going for the Dark Matter challenge. I haven't
Okay.
finished it. I'm going for a Matter challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Streamed on the January 1st. Next day came, streamed again. Then 2 days, went to 3 days, went to a week,
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks, hit a month. When I hit February 1st, I'm like, I looked at the stream and I'm like, bro, I streamed every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day this month, holy. And I'm like, let's go for February.
uh-huh.
And I just kept doing it. I kept doing it. I got a new job in February and I'm like, that's where the streaming's gonna stop. I have a new
Mm-hmm.
job. The hours were even more flexible. And I'm like, I'm
Ah.
gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. And February hit, March hit, and so on and so forth. And I think it was around mid-February. I told my girlfriend, I'm like, what do you think if I do this daily? And she's like, hey, as long as you take care of your responsibilities, do what you got to do, and
Mm-hmm.
don't fall behind on stuff, you're good. And I'm like,
Bet.
I'm gonna keep it going. And
That-
I'm like, I'm gonna do it for like 6 months or something.
mm-hmm.
And then by the time I realized it went past 365 days, and
Man,
I'm fuck.
that's crazy. What is your favorite thing so far about streaming? Like
Just the
since
community.
the
The
community.
community. I'm not gonna lie. You get the worst and the bad
Mm-hmm.
of the community, and I love each and every one of it because I think the community brings the realness
Mm-hmm.
of me. YouTube, I can make a YouTube video, and you guys could go on my YouTube. I'm fake as fuck. I am so fake because I'm just talking. I'm
Yeah.
talking to the
Mm-hmm.
camera. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sound like PewDiePie, or I'm gonna sound
Mm-hmm.
like Markiplier, and I'm like, I look at the video and I cringe, man. I can't watch
Mm-hmm.
my videos on
Mm-hmm.
Twitch. you ask me a question, and I'll answer real time. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And I think it makes it more realistic. And I guess by being more realistic, my personality comes out. People like it supposedly, so I heard, and
That's what got me hooked. I mean,
it
I'll
goes
be
from
honest.
there.
Yeah, we that was kind of my thing. Like I've never been. So I'll be honest with you. That this whole Twitch experience. This is the first time I've ever been behind a camera. Period.
Mm.
Like and like that was kind of my like I was like terrified of it. You know what I mean? Because I was like I'm gonna be in front of this camera, and I was like when I start streaming, I'm like I'm not gonna have anybody watch me. Like nobody's gonna watch me. So like I got like 6 months to prepare. You know what I mean? 6 months, 7 months to like prepare for that. That's why YouTube. I was like man, I don't think I just don't like I for people who do YouTube, like when you started off doing YouTube, like 100% like I that that's insane to me. Like that you're behind the camera like that, like and you
Yeah.
felt confident enough to do that too, which is like
Oh, bro, it wasn't confidence. It was a lot of reshoots, a lot of
really.
reshoots. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
My first ever video, which is probably the most ballsy thing a YouTuber could ever do. My first YouTube video was literally me talking to the camera,
Ooh.
explaining my next events on what I planned on YouTube,
Okay.
and it was one of the most amateur looking videos, and I love it because I didn't have a PC, I didn't
Mhm.
have a legit webcam or camera.
Mhm.
I used my PS4 to record myself,
Ooh. Okay.
and I
Okay.
edited it
Uh-huh.
using the free software on the PlayStation and showing my gameplay. So I my first video was with me behind the camera, and it was a lot of retakes because I remember it didn't flow naturally. It didn't
Mhm.
sound natural. I wrote a script, and I'm like, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say this,
I'm gonna
and
hit
then
these points.
I
Yeah.
would say it. I'm like, oh, that's so fucking stupid. I can't believe I just said that.
So I've now my these podcasts are gonna start going on YouTube. Hopefully, when I start, that this week coming up, I'll be putting everything on. And I did one. I was like, I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna edit one and see how it is and put it in. And then the sound of my voice killed me. Like
I
just
hate my voice. I hate it
hearing
with a
it
passion.
over and over because you're sitting there like for people that haven't edited clips, like when you edit a clip you have to listen to that clip sometimes like 30 times just to get the sync right, and
Yeah.
then by the time you're done you're like god I'm never gonna say that word ever again, like whatever word it is, like I'm just never that phrase, it's gone, it's out of my vocabulary.
Most of my editing, I put it on 2 times. So I hear like Alvin and the Chipmunk, but enough to understand what I'm saying. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I could get past this. I
Mm-hmm.
could get past this. I could edit myself. But for the longest time, it took me about 3 days to edit a 5 minute video
Mm-hmm.
because I would just hear myself and I'll be like, nah, I gotta take a
I
break.
gotta
I
go.
can't I can't do this,
Gotta
man.
walk away, man. Yeah, I just did a clip. It's gotten easier now. Like 3 months, like I take my Twitch clips and I post them on my social media, so it's gotten easier me hearing my voice and stuff. But man, like there's been some moments where like man, I think like your Twitch Prime, like that commercial, that Princess clip,
Yeah, yeah.
that looked so real. Like you talking about that, like and it was like it was insane. Like I was like, man, like I actually want to go use my Twitch Prime now. Like I don't like if
Yeah.
you didn't know, that's crazy.
Nah, and that one, I always joke about it because one of the running gags we have on the stream is whenever I sync someone, because I play quite a bit of Sea of Thieves. Whenever we sync someone on Sea of Thieves, they'll cuss you, blah 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 blah. They'll
Mm-hmm.
say every word that you're like, dude, I'm gonna get banned for what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I would counteract, I'm like, have you ever heard of Twitch Prime? So that's people love that. I think several Sea of Thieves streamers know me as like, oh, you're the dude who tells people you have Twitch to like use Twitch Prime, and I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, that's me. Yeah.
How many, like, because you do, I mean now you're kind of taking a little bit of a break from it, but you've been, when I first started watching you were just Sea of Thieves, and I know that
Right.
you were playing other things before that, like Call of Duty and Battlefront and stuff like that. When you said you played for a little bit, but I want you to tell that why are you so hooked now on that game? Like what is so different from when it came out to like to now?
On Star Wars the
Sea
Battlefront
of Thieves.
or
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was a lot of people on my stream. I have a really good friend who goes by Crazy Double D or Audie,
Mm-hmm.
and he has a huge following on YouTube. He has like 28K follows, and he does it on the side. He doesn't do much at
Mm-hmm.
all, my dude.
That's crazy.
And one time he texted me. He goes, "Yo, Falcon, does your PC work for games?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got it working. What's up?"
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "I'm at the pawn shop right now. I'm gonna buy an Xbox One."
Mm-hmm.
I saw on the Game Pass they have Sea of Thieves. Do you have Sea of Thieves? I'm like, "Yeah, I got Sea of Thieves." So he buys his Xbox One,
Mm-hmm.
gets home. We start playing Sea of Thieves. We play for about 2 weeks together. But he's the kind of guy who has like 30 games he plays. So once he plays like for a little bit, he'll switch to a next game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I kept playing, man. I kept playing.
Just
I didn't stop.
uh-huh.
He would text me, "You getting on tonight?" I'm like, "Nah, man. There's a gold hoarders mission I gotta do tonight. Like, you don't understand. I gotta knock this out."
Mm-hmm.
And then it was weird because I was getting a little burned out on him. Like, man, I'm getting these damn missions suck, my dude. I hate
Mm-hmm.
doing missions. They're rinse and repeat. And it was like a light switch. You don't ease yourself into PvP.
Mm-hmm.
You go from treasure hunting to I'm gonna fuck this boat up, my
I
dude.
know.
And it just snapped.
Mm-hmm.
And after we sank my first boat, I got blood hungry.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
wanted more. I wanted more, and we started doing it more and more.
Mm-hmm.
I bought Jib Sea of Thieves. He did not want to play it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of you don't know. I play with a Twitch streamer called Jibble.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool dude. And he didn't want to play it. He goes, "It looks boring. I don't see the appeal." I bought him the game. I go, "I want you to try it. You got to try it, my dude."
Mm-hmm.
He tries it. Ever since then, we've been sinking boats together.
It's in that's I mean that's great. I mean you guys got me hooked. I mean I had thought about I had before I had started doing it on my stream or even consider about playing it, somebody was like, "Have you thought about playing this game?" And that was one of my
Yep.
buddies and I was like, "The fuck? Why would I want to play that game?" You know what I mean? Like it came from first person shooters. I thought it was a third person game. Like I didn't know anything about it. And
Right.
then I got onto your stream, I started watching it and I was like, God damn, like these guys actually make me want to play this game. Like, you know what I mean? Like it looked
I
like
think I
chaotic.
think we're owed a little bit of money for how much copies of the games we sold for the last
For
few. I'm not
real
gonna lie,
though. For
but
real.
it's a weird game. You know what? I'm a huge Summit 1G fan.
Mm-hmm.
I started watching Summit, and I'm like, okay, the tucking, that's cool. It's all right,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And then I hear him keep talking to this guy on stream called Pace. I'm like, who's Pace? Who Pace? Quick Google, Pace 22. Look him up. I'm like, nah, man, this ain't tucking. This is destroying my dude.
Uh-huh.
This is
Yeah.
amazing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And ever since I started watching Pace 22, and then I found Coop because I rated out to him and I started watching his, and I'm like, dude, this guy's good. And then you just start finding other streamers in the
Mm-hmm.
game. And I've never done that with any game I've played. It's
Really?
weird.
Mm-hmm.
I actually whenever I played Call of Duty or any other games, I don't watch any other content creator because I don't care for it. I
It
really don't care. It's
yeah.
the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Sea of Thieves, everyone plays so differently.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's different on the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what hooked me up more because I'm like, oh, I saw someone do this. I want to try it. Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
saw someone do this. I want to try it. And it's just, I don't know. It's a weird interaction.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
dig it though.
Have you run into any other streamers while you're like, what is that like a toxic? Is there toxicity between like within that community? Because I mean I stream multiple games, so I'm not really
Right.
in one community like over and over again. But you're in that community and people know you in that community. So have you run into somebody and they're like this guy like and fuck this guy? You know what I mean? Like no more.
Several times. Several
Um,
times. The seas are small, my friend.
yeah,
You run into everyone.
that's crazy.
And I remember a viewer came in my stream. He goes, "Dude, you're playing with my friend. If you don't mind, can you put streamer mode on?" I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Dude, well, you're averaging so many views. I don't want you guys getting hate mail. Just put streamer mode." I'm like, "Oh, there's stream mode. Okay, cool,
Mhm.
whatever." No, I don't care. I like getting
Yeah.
salt.
Yep.
It is
Yep.
what it is, you know.
Mhm.
And So you don't know. I don't know when I run into a streamer
Mm-hmm.
because I just assume they're a good player. Jib and my other crewmates, they're like, dude, this dude's doing moves. He has to be streaming. This guy has to be a streamer. First thing you think, this guy's good. He's a streamer, my dude.
Yeah.
He's a
Mm-hmm.
streamer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I've ran into Coop several times on the seas.
Mm-hmm.
I met him on a raid. I raided out to him.
Mm-hmm.
So when I ran into him, I didn't have streamer mode on. And I saw his name and I'm like, yo, that's Coop. Oh shit, that's Coop. And ever since then, whenever we run into him, our most recent one, he tucked on us for like 40 minutes. I didn't know.
Oh,
And
bruh.
he
Mm-hmm.
kept killing me. Finally, I found his hiding spot and I killed him. And then I'm like, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of the area. And he texts me 10 minutes later, like he messages me, was that you? I'm like, fuck.
Well, so just out of curiosity, when like gaming, what was your first game? First game that like got you hooked to gaming in general?
First game that got me hooked to gaming. Man, that's going to be hard. I've been gaming modern consoles legitly. I played, Nintendo 64. We played Mario Kart, of course,
Mm-hmm.
Aladdin, Lion King, stuff like that. But the first game that legitly got me hooked, a lot of people don't remember, but on PlayStation 1, the first PlayStation, they used to sell bundles of video games
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
3 disc.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad, for my birthday, bought me 2 of those bundles. Uh, Army Soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
like the toy soldiers, but
Yep.
they were like Call of Duty, and the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. And the
Ooh.
Crash Bandicoot trilogy, like, got me hooked because I'm like, yo, if I pass this level, there's more after this.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I've never played
Mm-hmm.
games like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that got me hooked. And I would play that over and over. And the thing is, I got really good at it because I didn't have memory cards. We never bought memory cards. So
Mm.
as soon as you turn off the PlayStation, all your
It was
progress went
GG.
down the drain. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then PS2 came out, and PS2, I remember the first game I completed 100% was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the PlayStation
Ooh.
2.
Okay.
And I was able to complete it because
Mm-hmm.
I saved up my fucking money and went out and bought a 32 megabyte freaking memory
Which
card.
is crazy to think about, right? Like those consoles where like 32. I remember getting like there was the 16, right? There was the
Yep.
16 like card for the PlayStation, then there was the 32, and then there was a 64, but the 64 was like ridiculous. It was like
It was fat, my
it
dude.
was like
Fat.
it was like longer than what the piece was, it was like twice as long, and it was like
Yeah.
twice the price. It was like 80 to like $90, and I was like,
Nah, it was fine. 32 megabytes held 50 plus games I had on my stream. I did. My PlayStation 2. And I remember completing Harry Potter and the freaking credits rolled, and I'm like, brah, I need to get into more
I
gaming,
did it,
dude.
yeah.
Saved my money up, bought Guitar Hero 3, got into Guitar Hero,
Mm-hmm.
completed the hell out of that. And we would play a lot of my systems. The PlayStation 4 is actually the first system we bought new.
Oh, okay.
All the other systems, the PlayStation 1 belonged to my dad. The PS2 and PS3 were all pawn shop.
Oh,
We
okay.
bought them a year or two after launch.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always behind the curve, but I appreciated it
Mm-hmm.
because, hell, it's a freaking PlayStation. I ain't gonna complain about it, you know what I mean? And I think what definitely got me just stuck on gaming was PS3. We got onto online gaming and I started playing Call of Duty, and I told a friend, hey, which one's good, Modern Warfare or World at War? And he's like, both.
Mm-hmm.
And I convinced my grandma. I'm like, yo, all the guys at school got this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I got both Call of Duties, and that's how my Call of Duty addiction started
Mm-hmm.
on PS3. And then I think what was the nail in the coffin was I played Assassin's Creed 2, and I got
Mm.
100% achievement on it.
That's, if you guys don't know, that's crazy hard, because all the Assassin's Creed games, the achievements are they're very precise on what you have to do.
Easily 500 plus hours
Mm-hmm.
into the damn game, I do.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the thing that school would get out by 3. I'll get home like 3:34. I would play till like 10 from
Damn.
that. Go bed, school, repeat. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Of course, high school hit and my gaming dipped ugly. It just
Really?
it dropped because I started playing footballs. I started doing electronics. I started
Mm-hmm.
doing a lot of stuff. Then I got hurt in football, and I'm like, all right, back to gaming. That's what I'm gonna do.
What so that was that the first experience of playing sports was when you went to high school, or was that like
Middle school was, but
mm,
it was weird. Middle school did it during school hours. So you didn't really have the
mm,
after school activity. We
yeah.
did, but it was like 30 minutes after school. That's it,
Yeah.
whatever. Nothing crazy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But gaming went from not a hobby, more of something to do when you're bored. There's not
Mm-hmm.
much going on to like today it's a lifestyle. It's what
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
It's
I
what you
can't
do.
imagine myself not playing.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be weird.
There was a question that one of my best friends that he had asked me. He's like, "Do you think the older that you get, eventually video games would go away?" And I told him I was like, I don't think so. I mean, my reaction times are probably gonna go away in the next 10, 15 years. My reaction
Yep.
times, it's different than like the last generation, like my uncle, my pops, stuff like that. They weren't playing like that. Like we play consistently. I play consistently 8 hours a day. I know that you pretty much you cover the same thing between 5 and 8
Somehow.
hours.
Somehow, yeah.
Like between everything, like it's a way of life. I mean, you meet playing video games, like people don't know, like you meet people that you never thought you were gonna meet, and
Hmm.
like for me, I've become very close with those people that I've met
Yeah.
just playing a video game. You know what I mean? Which is
It's
insane to think
it's
about.
really weird. Dallas, we talk a lot about Dallas on my stream, Crazy Double D. I've never met him in person. Never. Homeboy
Uh-huh.
is invited to everything in my life.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big part of my life. Never met him, but we know everything about each other.
That's
It's crazy. It's just Jib. Never met Jib.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's like a brother to me. It's
Yeah.
it's it's weird. It's weird how these relationships form through gaming,
Mm-hmm.
where when we're not gaming, we're still talking to each other.
Yep.
Where
Yeah.
it used to be where I only talk to this dude when we played Call of Duty,
Mm-hmm.
or so on and so forth. You know what I mean? And it creates a weird relationship and a cool relationship. Some of the best relationships I've ever had. I think it's better relationships than I've had in person. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's weird.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
weird to say.
It.
So
I agree. It's kind of one of those things where like I feel like with everything that's going when I was a kid, I thought like I had such a stigma, right? If you played video games, it was like, and I don't know if your parents were like this, but mine were. Whereas it was like if you only played video games, if you were on and like playing and stuff, you were
mhm.
like you were wasting your time. You know what I
I
mean?
know where
Like
you're going with it.
you're
Yeah,
like
I got that speech.
yeah, and like
Coming from a
what are you
Mexican
doing?
household, my dude. Holy shit, man.
It was
And
like
they would say things that were not nice,
yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
then I would fight with my brother, and my grandma would throw in her 2 cents, like,
Mm-hmm.
see, it's because of those damn video
Yep.
games you're playing.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Mm-hmm. And
no, Harry Potter didn't do this, grandma.
we like I sat there and I was like, I think that now that the gaming industry, especially, and I give a lot of credit to Fortnite. I hate saying it. I think that because Call of Duty was up here, it was forever. Call of Duty and Halo were at the top, and it was like
Absolutely.
the most violent game in the world. Or they were like you were killing people and stuff like that. You were like killing other players, and then when Fortnite came out, it was so cartooned out. You know what I mean? And so like just blew it up, and now
They made
people
it
just
kid friendly.
yeah,
Kid friendly somehow. Yeah.
and which by the way, Fortnite not kid friendly. It is not, but it looks that
You know what?
way.
You look at Fortnite and you think of Splatoon, and you
Mm-hmm.
think of like so many games that don't even involve any violence.
Any
And
violence.
this one's able to get away with it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
They got freaking Disney and Marvel on them. You
Yup.
know what I mean?
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy because back then, call it. I don't know if you guys ever had the. Well, a lot of people do. When you used to go buy a game, if it was rated T, you couldn't get it, my dude.
Hell
It
no.
was strict.
Yep. Yep.
Now rated M is like, are you 13? Like, nah, I'm 9. You'll be fine.
You'll be alright.
You'll
You'll
be
be
fine.
alright. Which I kind of disagree. Like this new Call of Duty that came out, like the campaign, 100%.
Brutal,
It
brutal,
is
my dude.
if you're a kid and you play that campaign, there's so much stuff that happens in that campaign that hasn't happened in past Call of Duties. Where it's like, yeah, you gonna be messed up by the time you come out. Like you're making decisions that are
Yeah,
like
there was some Navy
real life.
SEALs that did a React video. They saw there's a mission in Modern Warfare where you clear a house in night vision,
And how
and
real it is.
the new Navy SEALs were watching it, and they're like, "I'm getting goosebumps. My adrenaline's rushing
Pumped.
because that's how it goes. That's how it rocks." And it's like, you played all the other Call of Duties, your gun just stays straight and you just shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's more like
You gotta sit
the
there.
characters are going underneath the bed.
Mm-hmm.
They're hiding in the closet, and you're like, bro, you got to think realistic now.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And 10 years ago, that game would have not been allowed on market.
Oh hell no! If that would have came out like 10 years ago, if that would have came out when I was in middle school or high school or elementary school, people would still be talking about how that game is like that game wouldn't have sold. Call of Duty would have ended. You know what I mean?
The like GTA 4, biggest controversy. People
Of all
it
time.
had a very small fan base, and the reason it had a very small fan base because there was so much restrictions on it. So many GameStops refused to sell it, and if they sold it, they had to like make sure the person buying it was 18 and over, and it was crazy. Now GTA 5, I think 95% of the fan
They're all
base is like
kids.
15, my
Yeah.
dude.
15,
I'm not gonna lie,
15,
14.
16, 13, like
And it's not like the GTAs, you know, and that's one reason I didn't play a lot of the GTAs. I didn't play anything before 5. I played a little bit of 4, but like San Andreas and Vice City and all, I I never played them just because
you weren't allowed, right? I
I
mean,
wasn't allowed, really.
yeah.
I didn't find interest in it
Yeah.
either, but even to this day, I'm like,
Oh.
man.
For those like for me, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't even allowed to play I wasn't allowed to play Call of Duty or Halo. Like I wasn't allowed to play online until I had hit 18. So like
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to play multiplayer or anything like that where you were doing any of that. And my mom wouldn't even let me play Call of Duty, the campaigns, until like I was like 16 because she was like, "Oh, you're killing other people. It's too real." And I was like, "It don't feel real." You know what I mean? Like I come from like it was just like when I was saying and Grand Theft Auto, my dad, the Hawkeye V that comes on here, he would play Grand Theft Auto, and I used to sit there and I was like, I'm watching him play. It's like I'm playing. And then you look at how many decisions that you can make, and I was like, that's why they wouldn't let me play. You know what I mean? Like after when I got older, I was like, it's not the fact that the game was violent. It's that it was an open world game. You could do whatever. Like if I decided that I was just gonna go to the strip club 100 times while I played, I could do that. You know. And so
God, when I found out you could do that, I was like,
who's here? Who's watching me?
The light turns off, and you're looking at the door,
sweating.
my dude, and it's like, shit, man, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you find out that happens, it's like man, you know. And I used to get Game Informer. I used to get PlayStation Magazine, and I don't know if a lot of you remember, they don't do it anymore. But before you got the magazine, the first page would have all I can't remember what's the correct term, but basically the rating for the game from E plus 10, E, M, and A. And I'm like, I've never seen a rated A game. Like, what the fuck is a rated A?
Yeah.
And you will go through the whole magazine and you'll never see a rated A game. And now what's almost classified as rated A is the new M.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. And the funny thing is on those Game Informers, if there was a rated A game that was in them, it was always a Japanese third party game that came out.
And they will put they wouldn't even translate it. They'll leave the title in
Japanese.
Chinese or Japanese, and you're like, well, I can't Google that. I don't know what the hell that says.
I don't even know what to do with that game. What do you mean? I kind of miss Game Informer, man. That was like my jam. I remember every month when I was in high school, I was like,
yeah.
Oh my god, like the new, like I can't wait to get this new
Informer.
cover. You know what I mean? Like the new cover was gonna come out, and I remember when I was so hyped for Halo 4 because Bungie was switching from 343, and I'm like, God, I wonder what the art style is gonna be. And then it came out, and then I had it framed and stuff like that in my room because nerd on Halo,
Yep.
and I kind of miss that. There is no it's all online now, which is kind of it kind of
You don't
sucks.
even get the physical anymore, and it, I don't know, takes away from the nostalgia of new
Hmm.
games coming out and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Too many channels cover it now. It's all over the place that as soon as they announce like the new GTA, new Call of Duty or anything, you're not hyped. You're not
Mm-mm.
hyped about it anymore
Hell no.
because there's so much coverage on it. You feel overwhelmed before it's even released. I used to like it where it's like, oh, it's a new Call of Duty. This is the name, and this might be what the plot is. And you're like, that's all you're gonna give me?
Mhm. Yep.
I can't fucking wait. Let's
Yep.
go.
Yep. Yep. And I think
And
that's what happened with this Call of Duty. They did the same thing. They only released the trailer of going through the house. And
just
that
the house.
it was just the house. It was just that, and I was like, I wonder what this fucking game's actually gonna be about. Because you didn't know if it was gonna take off the old Modern Warfare series, if it was gonna
Is it a
do something
remake? Is
new.
it a prequel? What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It,
absolutely. And one thing I really do miss, and I think helped with my addiction, was some dude on my street ordered PlayStation Magazine. All
okay.
right. He fucked up on the address and it got sent to my house. So for a whole year, I got PlayStation magazines. Okay. This was PS2 era. Every copy of PlayStation magazine
Mm-hmm.
would come with a disc.
What?
Demos released by the publishers of big
Mm-hmm.
video games. I had Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater on there before it
Ooh,
even released. I
that's
would play the demo.
nuts. That's crazy.
Destroy All Humans 2. And they were time demos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was like the full game in it,
But you
but
have like
after
20
15
minutes.
minutes,
Yeah.
it'll kick you. It'll kick you. And that was dope, man.
Mm-hmm.
Demos were dope. Demos are the way to sell, except saying, oh, pre-order, you get this. I just think they're like, should just release more demos of the damn games. People will get interested like that.
Well, I think and you could tell me if I'm wrong. I think that the reason why demos are going away is because I would say in the next 2 years, I would say 80% of the games that are going to come out are going to be free base games. I think that they're going to
That's
be.
that's gonna be the truth. And I think what's backing it up is you get betas and alphas
Mm-hmm.
that are just a damn game. It's not a beta, it's not an alpha. The
Mm-hmm.
last beta I played that was a true beta, and I'm gonna be honest, was Rainbow Six Siege.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
such a broken beta, and it
Yeah.
made me fall in love with the game
Mm-hmm.
because you saw it at its pureness.
Mm-hmm.
After that, as I played the Anthem beta, I played all the Call of Duty betas, I played all the Battlefield betas. I felt like I was playing the finished game.
Well,
It didn't hype me up for it. It sucked.
the only one, the only Battlefield that I was saying, and don't, the last one that was a beta that felt like a beta was Battlefield 4. When Battlefield 4 came out, there was
Oh,
no
it was so
textures.
broken, my dude.
There was no textures. There was no there was shit that was lagging all over the place. And when the full product came out like a month later, I was like, "Damn, this game feels way different than the beta. Like way different." But
That's where the game was still incomplete, in my honest
mhm,
opinion. It was bad. I know they were rushing,
mhm.
and I think Battlefield shows the biggest what's going to be coming to the video game industry.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because before that, you would get a game and it was finished and it was amazing.
Mhm.
Bad Company, those were amazing games. Modern Warfare, World at War, amazing games.
Mhm.
The original Halos, fucking amazing games.
Fire. Yep.
And after Battlefield 4, you started seeing like, yo, is it me or are these companies kind of rushing the game?
Mhm.
Are they starting to rush it?
Mhm.
And then now it's part of everyday life that when you open a new game, you have a 90 gig download to
Yep.
patch it up before you even play it for the first
Mhm.
time.
Which is kind of weird, right? I don't know if you feel like this, but I definitely do as a gamer. Just please, just take your time on a product. Like, take your time, make sure that it bangs when it comes out. I don't care how long it takes. Like this next Halo, this is the 6th year. There's a 6th year from when Halo 5 came out to now.
Yep.
Thank you. Just make sure it bangs. If it takes that long and it doesn't bang and it's just like you've been rushing it for the past
Okay,
year,
then
then
it sucks.
then
Then it
what are you
is.
doing? You know what I mean? But like Call
Then
of
Halo
Duty,
should end from right there if that's the case. But
yeah, in my opinion, it should have ended at 4. Just like five in my opinion doesn't count, doesn't exist.
you know, and
But
Call of Duty had the right mentality, and the reason it worked so good was because you had two developers. You had Activision,
in Treyarch.
and then and Treyarch,
Mm-hmm.
and it was nice because you would legitly give up one company 2 years to make
Mm-hmm.
a game.
Which I
Now it's Sledgehammer,
yep. And
and they're releasing the same freaking game every year.
well, and I kind of like this. I had so much hope for war, for Warzone when it came out, and I was like, man, like Sledgehammer is gonna come out. Like I didn't really like the art style of Black Ops 4 when it came out. I was like, man,
Hmm.
this game doesn't look polished. It looks weird. Movements look weird. The guns, like the sounds, it just that game in general, I just wasn't happy with. Black Ops 3 though, Black Ops 3 banged. Like it came out and I was like, man, I'm hooked. Before, for some reason, when it came out, I was like, eh. And then Warzone, I was like, I just want a BR. Like I really
Yep.
don't care about the multiplayer when it comes out, which I played the hell out of, but I played Gunfight. And that Gunfight is by far my favorite game mode on any
Because
Call
it's
of Duty.
new.
Yep.
It's new.
Mhm.
We never had that in any other COD, a 2v2, and it's awesome.
Yep.
It's nice. It makes you play differently
Mm-hmm.
than just running and shooting.
Exactly.
And I don't know. They have to take more time off. I always preached with Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed is one of my most favorite series of all time.
Hmm.
I even named my damn dog after Ezio.
Did you really? That's
So yeah,
awesome.
his name's Ezio. But as soon as okay, so Assassin's Creed 3 came out, it was awesome. Black Flag came out, good. And then after that, they started releasing little games like Rogue, and then you got
Rogue was.
Unity, and it was so broken. And then Syndicate, and ever since then, I kept saying, "I need to take time off.
Mm-hmm.
I need to take time off. Just play the game.
Just
Just make it. I mean."
put it in your
And then
pocket.
yeah, and they put 2 years into what I heard was what was it, Origin,
Mm-hmm.
did well. They
Origin did
took
very
another
well. Mm-hmm.
they took another 2 years off and did Odyssey, a little lower reception, but it
Mm-hmm.
did good. And now we have Valhalla coming about 2 or 3 years after, or I think a year after Odyssey,
Mm-hmm.
a year or two. I can't remember. And I still haven't played those two new games because they burned me out on how quick they were releasing the
Oh,
games.
right.
So I haven't played them yet. I'm excited for Valhalla. I'm not gonna lie, but
Well, that's
I'm still iffy.
yeah. I'm kind of I've been I don't know, there's no real game. I mean, of course, like Infinity's coming out, Halo Infinity. I I feel my stomach's like it wants it to be like it's been 6 years. They can't fuck it up. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they took a long time to do it, but at the same time, it's like with the way the gaming industry is now, it's like if it's not a free game coming out for everybody to play, say it doesn't look. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be good. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't seem like it's gonna come out and do what it needs to. Like Warzone came out, and I would have just rather them just release Warzone. Just release
Warzone
Warzone
could
by
have been
itself.
its own game, my
And
dude, and
and
it would have been successful. Would have
and
been successful.
instead of that, they decided to do what they're doing. I don't know. I've kind of just been, you know, that's why I guess now I'm hooked on DayZ, which is like that game came out almost 10 years ago on Arma, and
Yeah.
now it came to console, and I was like, I kind of want to try it, and now I'm like this game's 10 years old. Nobody's really playing it, but I'm obsessed. You know what I mean? Like I'm obsessed with it. Why is it that I'm obsessed with something like that and not something that's coming out like today? You know what I mean, with the graphics and
And I think it does a lot with like the cookie cutter thing.
mm-hmm.
It's its own shape, my dude.
Uh-huh.
It's badass.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't play like every other game, and that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of refreshing because, like I said, the reason I was telling you earlier, the reason I'm having a little good time with Battlefield or Battlefront 2 for Star Wars is I could play it naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to think twice.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
That means there's 6
Mm-hmm.
other games that play the same way,
Yep.
and I don't have to put much thought into it. And it's kind of sucking because that's what a lot of games are turning into right now, just cookie cutters.
Yeah, I think that I was I don't know. The cookie cutters are kind of. I mean, Assassin's Creed was never a cookie cutter game, and now it's kind of like after three, in my opinion, it became a cookie cutter because they were like,
Mm.
"Let's go ahead. We're gonna make the." Because like two and three, the story was kind of everywhere. You know what I mean? You didn't know where it was gonna go off to. You didn't know what was next, and then you played like Syndicate, and you played, like a little bit of
And you
Black
kind of,
Flag.
it was so linear.
Yeah.
You just
Hmm.
followed it, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like what are you supposed to do? Same thing with like Halo. Like when Halo 4 came out, you didn't know what was gonna happen, but Halo 5 came out and it was like after the first mission, I'm like, fuck, this is really gonna happen at the end, and that's exactly what happened. What happened at the end? I think that's why with the new Call of Duty, I felt the same way after Modern Warfare 2. I felt like the campaigns were the same, repetitive. Like
Right.
you're in there, you crash, you fight some dude at last mission, you kill him, and then it's all good. And then this one was like all over the place. It was super long, super difficult, like just nuts. So I'm
Yeah, and not a cliffhanger, but it was left with like, there's more to come to it.
oh
And
yeah.
you're like, oh, badass. All right, cool.
You,
So
that's I think that's why like Battlefield was always my thing where I love that game's multiplayer because it's so different because it's like buildings are just destroying themselves like there's tons of people on the map like it just plays different than all the other shooters,
yeah,
but the campaign always lacked. And like the campaign, in my opinion, was always
that's what I
like
heard.
it
Yep.
was just like lackluster. It was like, here you go, here's a couple missions, go to multiplayer, like that, like go do your thing.
See, and
So
I started off in Battlefield on a weird. I never played for or Bad Company
mhm.
before because I was always a Call of Duty fanboy, right? It was always it's weird, just like how it's always Xbox or PS4. It was
Mhm.
always Call of Duty or Battlefield and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And it was like whatever, I don't care. I started on Hardline, which is probably one of the worst battlefields that come out, and it was okay. I remember someone told me, "Oh, you should get it's like Cops and Robbers." It was nowhere near Cops and Robbers. It wasn't
Mhm.
that good of a.
Uh-huh.
Then they went back to World War One with Battlefield One, and I'm like, all right, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is
Mhm.
I like it.
Mhm.
And Battlefield One's what got me affiliate on Twitch.
Ooh,
That's
I
what
didn't know.
I got addicted to it. I
Okay.
started playing it with Crazy Double D, and we just hit it off with it. Then Battlefield 5, and I'm like, fuck, they went back a hardline. I didn't like it. I didn't
Mhm.
like it at all. It
Yeah.
didn't play well.
I guess that this another question. When did you decide? I know that you said January 1st of 2019 was your first time streaming. When did you like start hyping yourself up to stream? Like when was your epiphany of like maybe I want to stream a little bit more? You know what I mean? Or when did you
Well,
get into that?
the January 1st, I had streamed before it.
Mhm.
Um, I've before I've always had this Twitch account, but I
Mhm.
never was active on it.
Mhm.
I've been content creating since I would say 2013 to 2015.
Mhm.
That's where it kind of started, right out of high school, early years of college. And I, I was always told you need to stream more, you need to stream more. Interact with your viewers. And I would try doing it on YouTube, but nah, man, I
Mhm.
couldn't get it. And it wasn't that the gameplay was bad or anything. It's just YouTube's so huge, the
Yep.
interaction lacks. And people, I'm gonna be honest, people don't watch live streams on YouTube
Mhm.
unless you're top. They're not gonna watch.
Yep.
And it's hard.
Mhm.
I need the interaction because if not, I'm like, I could have just recorded a video and just edited out all these empty spaces. So I started streaming on Twitch, and it would stagnate. I will stream for a few days, won't stream for a few weeks, stream for a few days, won't stream
Mhm.
for and then but for some reason those little days I would stream, I would grow.
Mhm.
I hit the 50, I hit affiliate. And then I would stream a little more, but I wouldn't keep the daily. And then I'm like, okay, let's try something different. Let's try
Mhm.
keep stay dedicated. And I think that's where the daily started.
Oh, okay.
Daily. So
Mhm.
I hit it on the January 1st, and I kept doing it. And I think when I hit my first 100 follows in 1 month, that's where I'm like, yo, I want to keep this up. I really like
Mhm.
this.
Yeah.
This is dope. I
Mhm.
like that. I like the interaction. I like it. And that's the only thing I like.
Mhm.
I love the interaction because you get feedback, you get the good and the bad. You get people going, "Hey, this is good. Hey, this is bad." And it's like, "Okay, let me see
Mhm.
what I could do. Let me see what I could
Mhm.
do." And I think I'm addicted to that.
Mhm.
The 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 feedback, the communication, the
Mm-hmm.
connections you get with people, because it's real time. It's it goes back to my childhood. Some of my best gaming moments I have is going to a friend's house and there's 10 of us and we're all lined up around the TV
Mm-hmm.
playing a game that's like 4 controllers and we're all taking turns.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel streaming is,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm just playing with some awesome people. We're all enjoying the same game. That's how it feels to me. That's why I love it.
Yeah, I think I feel the same way. I actually I think I've talked about this a little bit. When I first started like looking into I don't know if you know who Professor Broman is. He's a
Hmm.
streamer. Yeah, I started watching him and I was like, man, this guy is like fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? I was like, I really think I want to do that. That was in 2014 or whatever. And then I just did nothing about it for like 5 years. So
Yep.
like for you, like I want to say like I commend you for like as soon as you are like I want to do content creation, like I want to do it, like you went ahead and did it, like you know what I mean, and that's crazy. I mean that's awesome. You know, to be
No,
honest,
thank you. You know, it's something I've always had a passion for. Again, if you ever go into like my profile and everything, I thank two big people in my life, which is of course Crazy Double D, because the times I'm like, I'm gonna delete it. I don't want to do it. And he's like,
mm-hmm.
you go Falcon. This is the stupidest shit you could ever do. Don't do it. And I'm like, all right, man. All right, that's fine. And just and then PewDiePie. I grew up on PewDiePie since
Mm-hmm.
2013. Just watching PewDiePie. I'm like, fuck, I love it. I love his interact. I
mm-hmm.
love his content. And I'm like, I want to make my own content like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it was like 2016, and people kept telling me, "Yo, you ever heard of Twitch? What the fuck's Twitch?" I'm like, "Oh, that's where all those nerds stream, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're the League of Legends. Yeah, no, you can stream anything you want
Mm-hmm.
there." Go ahead.
Hunter, thank you for the 2 months in a row, man. Thank you for being part of the family.
I saw it pop up, and I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead."
um, yeah. Twitch was kind of one of those things. I actually before I don't know if you've done this. Have you thought about going to a different platform, or is Twitch your home no matter what? Like it's your thing.
There's always been a thought. I'm like, the reason I think I always thought about it, I'm like, well, in the mentality I had with YouTube, the reason YouTube I have the hardest time with YouTube is I'm nowhere near the first person doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
with Twitch is a little oversaturated, but it's not bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's still possibility, but it always in the back of your head, you're like, if you go to a new platform and you're one of the first people to do it there,
Mm-hmm.
if that platform blows up, you could be a part of that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But again, Twitch and YouTube weren't the first ones to do this.
Yep.
There was hundreds of sites
Hundreds of
that did
thousands.
it
Yep.
before them, and
Mm-hmm.
they didn't make it. I just think got used to the Twitch community to a point where I don't see me dipping anytime soon, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I think so. It's so weird, right? Because the people that I watch the most, right? Like there's three, and now one of them is no longer part of the Twitch community. He's over at Mixer. Like a Shroud. Shroud is a big influence on me wanting to get on PC and even playing PC games. He was like,
Even first person shooters, man.
yeah,
That's something, yeah.
that dude is insane. But Summit 1G, I've been watching forever, and he's, in my opinion, he is the godfather of Twitch. Like he started on Twitch, like literally grew with Twitch, and like now he's, in my opinion, like Twitch isn't a thing without Summit, and
Right.
there is talk of Summit leaving, which is nuts to me. Like that, even for that.
You didn't see the tweet, my dude?
What? That?
He announced he's not going nowhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he announced it today. I saw it.
Damn, that's
I'm like,
crazy.
oh, you didn't see it? Yeah, so they did a cool little, montage of like him not wearing a hat. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's crazy. Draga, thank you for the raid, man. Much love, dude. Thank you for being a part of the community. Yeah, it's weird because he was kind of hinting at it, like, maybe I will, but I knew deep down like he's not moving. Like there's no way. Like Twitch is not a thing without Summit, and if they were able to pull like a Summit or like a Tim, if they were to pull like him or Tim the Tap Man, like Mixer would. I mean, the following that would move over to Mixer, because even the
Right.
following that happened when they took Ninja and Shroud, like was
They were
like
massive.
it was
It was massive.
massive. The gains that they had grabbed, but man, that it's just crazy that there's even like thinking back 10 years ago. I'm like, it's crazy to think like I was like, people stream. What the hell do you mean people stream? Like you can
Yeah,
watch people play games, and then now it's like there's companies out there fighting for people,
for
like
people to
tooth
stream.
and nail fighting for people to like come
And
over the
it's a
platform.
10-year span. It's not something
Mm-hmm.
that's been going. It happened really quick. The gaming
Quickly.
industry grew so
Mm-hmm.
huge in that small time span.
It was kind of nuts, and that it's still nuts to me to think like YouTube, like you look at like Courage moved to YouTube. YouTube's
Right.
like gaming pro, like the gaming has always been a huge platform for YouTube, but now like live streaming is becoming a thing on YouTube. They still have to work their kinks out though, because it,
It's still hard because when I used to stream it, either if you were subscribed you will get notified,
mm-hmm.
but my god, sometimes my stream wouldn't show up until I finished
Yeah.
streaming, and then it would post, and I'm like,
Motherfucker.
no wonder no one was in here. Thanks YouTube, appreciate that, my dude.
For real, man.
But I remember 2016, they're like, have you ever heard of Twitch? And I'm like, nah, what is it? And they're like, it's just streaming and everything. So I remember I made my first Twitch account, which was this one.
Mm-hmm.
I went on there. I think I was under like DC Falcon,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm under like a lot of my personal stuff. And I'm like, well, shit, what what do I watch? Who I go? Went into the Minecraft section because that was like the first thing that could pop in my head.
Uh-huh.
And ironically, I found a streamer called Bacon Donut,
Ooh. Okay.
and
Okay.
all he streams is Minecraft, modded Minecraft.
Really?
And I'm
Interesting.
like, oh, this is weird. It looks like a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember there was a chat, and the chat's moving, and I'm like, what the? And I remember, hey, what's up? And he like said, oh, what's up, Falcon? Welcome. And I'm like, yo, this man just answered me. What the hell?
Yeah.
Like, this
Yeah.
is dope.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what got me a little hooked on Twitch. I'm like, yo, this is real time interaction.
Mm.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. And I'm like, I'll give it a shot, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I definitely feel that. Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things where like that's why I got hooked onto your channel, and I think that's like doesn't matter who comes into your channel, doesn't matter like what you do, like you as soon as you get in and you say something, like you're on it, you know what I mean, like
yep.
you're on it, you're talking to people, and like you're like I know like there's sometimes where depending on the game that you're playing, which I've told people within my audience, like sometimes you have to focus up, you know what I mean, like if I'm playing like
Absolutely.
Valorant, like you have to focus, but you showed me when I first started watching, like community comes first 100%, you know what I mean, like and that's why I was like, yeah, I have to say, like if it wasn't for you, I don't think I would be as like dedicated to like my community. But just watching you in the beginning, I was like, yeah, like that, I'm hooked, and now I'm hooked because of your influence on.
No, I appreciate it, my dude. Again, I consider myself a nobody. I'm gonna consider myself a nobody
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, if I have 500 views or 0 views, I'm still playing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you guys are watching. I'm gonna play my game. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
It's a bonus to have people in there, and I've met some amazing people, a lot of amazing people in here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really dope experience, and I'm just gonna probably just try to write out as long as I can. I
Mm-hmm.
don't. People ask me when you're gonna end your dailies, and I'm like, why would I?
Yeah, if you're gonna be
There's
on and
no
playing
reason.
anyway, you know what I mean.
And it's hard. Uh, you know, I guess you have to also realize that you ever do something like that. I've done dailies. People have passed away. There's
Mm-hmm.
been funerals, anniversaries,
Mm-hmm.
birthdays, horrible events have happened, and I still got a stream.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
in the back of my head. I'm like, I gotta keep it going. So I don't know. I guess just the community keeps me motivated.
Mm-hmm.
The way it makes me feel keeps me motivated. It's a great way, and I'm glad you're able to do it because I enjoy your content. I've been watching a few
Yeah.
last of your
Mm-hmm.
streams, Daisy, Marbles on stream, and it's good stuff, my dude. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie,
I
and
appreciate it.
it's a big thing because my God, I'll jump into someone's stream and I'm like,
Mhm.
bro, man,
what are you
What are you
doing?
doing?
For real. I've done the same thing. Like I'll hop into people, or like you've said it too. Like you raid other people, and it's like sometimes you'll like take your viewers and you're like, okay, like go over there.
Hmm.
Go. I'll tell everybody like, hey, like show your love when you get over there and stuff like that. And then sometimes they're just like literally like this the whole time. Like
Yep.
no reaction, no nothing. They're just cool.
And if Jib was here, he could. I think some people in the chat too could verify it. Um, about a good 80% of my raids, man, I would raid them, and it's like, did I just raid a channel that's not live?
Yeah, for real.
What's going on
For
here, my dude?
real. Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people, it's sad to say, a lot of people are streaming for the wrong reason. They're like, oh, they read an article about Ninja, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna
I
stream.
can make
I
that
want to be
money.
like, I
Yeah.
want that money, yeah. And it's like, bro, if you go in with that mindset, you're gonna have a harsh reality check.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
really are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I went in there where I'm like, yo, I like this, and I want to show my friends the video the
Mm-hmm.
next day, so I'm just gonna record it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my freaking mindset on
Mm-hmm.
it. So I think a lot of streamers out there right now are just streaming for the wrong reason, just because they're like, oh, so and so started streaming. Okay, I guess I'm gonna do it too.
Wait.
And we're gonna see a big influx like that on Twitch. We're gonna see a lot more celebrities coming
Mm-hmm.
onto Twitch. We're gonna see a lot of bigger names because they're like, hey, everyone's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I think that when it's kind of weird, right? When I got on here, it was the same thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
all my friends were like, "You need to stream. Like get on a stream. Like why aren't you streaming?" And I was like, "Fuck it. Like I love playing video games. Like I love unfortunately some people inside my life they've said like, "Oh, you're very like articulate and you just won't shut the fuck up. So like you might as well, you know what I mean, get up there and like talk to people."
Bacon?
Yeah.
Shutting it fuck up?
Shutting
What?
the fuck up. And they
That's
were
new to me.
and they were like, you need to like, you should do it. So I was in there, I was like, my job's really well, my job's good outside of here, and I was like, well, might as well like try it. And now that I've done it, I'm hooked. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people who like for instance that they watch you or they watch like someone who's like Summit, they don't realize the grind that you have to do to like get to where you want to be. You know what I mean? Like this,
Mm-hmm.
like streaming's not just streaming; it's a business. People don't want to look at it like that, but it is a business. It's a
It is a
hobby,
business
but
mentality you need, because I used to say for every hour I put into stream, there's 4 hours behind it of preparation.
100%.
And it's, I streamed with the most basic equipment for a year or two. I've only streamed with a PlayStation 4 and my mic
Damn.
and no cam. And I
Uh-huh.
streamed, I grind, I made videos with it, little by little. I saved up, bought
Mhm.
myself a little computer that could do editing,
Mhm.
and little by little, you start watching tutorials, you start messing with things, and you're like, how do I put my camera over the game?
Mhm.
Oh, how do I
Mhm.
make my audio sound good?
Mhm.
Oh, I want one of those flashy little logos. And
Mhm.
you know, it's all extra in my opinion, but
Mhm.
it's worth it at the end of the day, because your content could be there. Your content could be some of the most amazing content in the world.
Mhm.
You could be one of the best streamers, and your personality is the greatest. But if the person going through the browse section, if your little frame that's on there doesn't catch their attention,
Yep. Mhm.
they're not gonna go in there. So you do have to add a little flair to it, and it does take time to learn some of it.
Mhm.
I'm not saying it's necessary. There's big streamers like Lyric who no cam, and he just
Yeah. Mhm.
streams and people love it. Again, a lot of us aren't like him.
Nah, yeah,
You
there's
know
a
what I
lot of
mean?
us that aren't built that way. You know what I mean? I think that I think one of the things I want to ask you, like, why did you go with Falcon Elite? Like, what made you? Because people ask me about my name, and I'm curious
Why
about
you gotta expose me like that? I'm just kidding.
it. But I have to
Um,
know, like, why'd you go with that?
all right. So straight out, Elite comes from, I was a huge Call of Duty fan.
Mm.
Of course, everyone knows that, especially the OGs. Call of Duty came out with an app called Call of Duty Elite.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
All right. So, what that was is you made your own little clan and you would compete every week, and whoever came out on
Uh-huh.
top got XP, my dude.
Ooh.
And I needed to make a team, so I'm like, "Yo, Falcon Elite, let's go."
Okay. Okay.
Falcon's my name.
Oh, okay.
It's my last name,
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
so
awesome.
it's really natural for me
Mhm.
to put my name onto a lot of stuff, just
Okay.
because it's kind of a unique name. I remember
Mhm.
in high school in football, my name was on the back of the jersey, and they're like, "Bro, how you get your nickname on your jersey?" And I'm like, "It's not my nickname, dude.
I
Come
feel
on,
that.
homeboy."
I feel that. No, that's awesome. And your logo, by the way, if you guys don't, it's in the overlay. It's right under Falcon.
Mm.
Your logo it is amazing. It's like
No,
I
thank
mean,
you. I have to give all the credit to Crazy Double D. He made all my graphics.
really?
Also he made all of
Uh,
them. Homeboy, he went to school for it. He graduated with a degree for that kind of stuff, and he just does it naturally. I had a different logo. I made it with a little cheapy editor, and it was all right. It was a cool bird logo. And Dallas, he kept asking me, he's like, "Bro, let me remake your logo. Let me make you a logo." And he made me like 4 logos.
mm,
And I saw this one, and I'm like, "Bruh, I need this one." And he goes,
yeah.
"It's yours." So
Hmm.
ever since then, I think I've been rocking this since 2015. That logo's been mine since 2015,
Yeah,
and I don't
man.
think it's going anywhere.
Yeah, that logo, like when you see it, it's very profound. It's very like, and it's very you. That's the
I
other
get a
thing.
lot of people who tell me, "Yo,
Hmm.
I just realized there's a bird in the middle of the logo."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You don't see that?"
Yeah, I think yeah, that logo, I mean, that's one of the things that, and your emotes are amazing as well. I mean,
Yeah,
everything.
no, a lot of my emotes came from either little moments I had on stream.
Mhm.
They're all most of the emotes besides the logo and the fire double D, because I had to make one for Dallas. I'm like,
Mhm.
if an awesome moment happens, I'm gonna show Dallas off.
Mhm.
But everything else was just like, all right, I'm gonna take a picture and I'm just gonna PNG it, and
Mhm. No, I
that's
feel
all
that.
it's gonna be, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fine. And it's people the community loves it, everyone loves it.
Mhm.
So I think I did a good choice on them. A lot of people go out and no hate, it's fine. They pay a good amount of money to get their logos made and
Mhm.
everything. You need that as dude. I'm like, nah, man, it's my stream. I'm gonna advertise myself. Screw
Yeah,
it, might as well.
of course, man. Of course. And I think that that's why, like, it's like I said, like your brand is you, like your overlays are you, like everything.
Mm,
Like when you like I watch other people and I have like sat in other people's stream and it just feels like they have it up there. You know what I mean? But
yep.
you can tell that you've taken the time, like your border, your camera, like what you do. You also use a stream deck, which a lot of people don't use. You know what I mean?
I
And
freaking highly recommend it. Not
mhm.
sponsored by Elgato or nothing, but
Uh-huh.
yo, Elgato hit me up because this is some of the great technology I use. It makes it so much easier, my dude.
Mhm.
Especially if you're already using your keyboard,
Uh-huh.
hitting a button on the stream deck, bro, it makes a world, and my girlfriend, we fought for months on it. I'm like, I'm gonna buy a
Really?
stream deck. She goes, "You're not gonna use it. It's gonna sit on your
Mm.
desk. You're not gonna use it." I'm like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, you're right." And then we watched one of my favorite YouTubers is Noah J456.
Mhm.
And he did what is it where you show off your stuff, your tech, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And he goes, "Yeah, and I have a stream deck. I really don't use it." And she goes, "You see, you don't need a stream deck."
Mhm.
I'm like, "All right, you're right." And then Black Friday hit and they dropped to like $90. I'm like, I'm buying a stream deck. I don't
Mhm.
care. And I use it every day. It's
Yeah.
it's dope. It makes streaming, if you can make streaming easier, I recommend you make your streaming easier.
Mhm.
If you could eliminate wires, eliminate those wires, because man, dude,
Mhm.
it's hard gaming with all the stuff.
Yeah, it is.
you,
Yeah.
you need the room.
Well, I had a couple buddies come over to my house, and this is the first time that Eric's been at my house in like 2 years. So like he like came
Mm.
over and um he took a picture, which is now on Discord, about him being behind me, and he like took a photo of it. And he's
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I didn't realize all the shit you had on your desk. Like like
Yeah.
my desk, the desk that I first started streaming on was literally like 4 feet, and everything was on the floor, and I needed to get.
4 feet, so generous of that, dude. But I had a nightstand that I started streaming. A nightstand on
That's
wheels.
awesome.
I had one screen, the computer somewhere on the floor, and my keyboard. and my mouse, I would make little movements like that,
Like
man, because there wasn't much
16,000
room.
DPI going like this.
Yeah, and the keyboard, half of the keyboard hung off of it. So if there was some heated moments, my dude, that keyboard would go
It's
flying. You
gone.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, it's gone. That's why you used one of those cheap ones you got from school. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that's well. Then I don't feel as bad with my 4 foot.
Yeah,
My
no, your 4 foot's
4 foot.
good, my dude. It's good.
Yeah, and now my desk, if you guys haven't seen it, it's 72 inches all the way from corner to corner, so it holds everything instead of doing it. But like I've always thought about getting a stream deck. I've seen you use your stream deck is. I mean, the things that you can do with your stream deck is insane, and it's
I
like,
think I showed it off last night. I was
hmm
showing you could run GIFs, you could change scenes, you could mute your mic or game on the
and
fly.
that's
And
huge.
as a streamer, that's a huge thing because you do not want something to come out
Mm-hmm.
sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
or you don't want that person who's just cussing you out because they're salty and they are get good at the game. You know who I'm talking about? Half of the people on Sea of Thieves. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways,
Mm-hmm.
it's a nice device, not to be like, hey guys, you ever heard of Elgato Stream Deck for the low price of not to be
Mm-hmm.
like that, but I recommend it. It's one of the best devices you could use for streaming.
What would you say your like? But I mean, the Stream Deck is by far. What is your favorite tool to use while streaming? Like besides the Stream Deck.
Favorite tool?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's my voice mod. I'm not
Your
gonna lie.
voice mod.
I
Yeah.
love the voice mod.
Mm-hmm.
It's given me headaches a lot,
mm-hmm.
but just to be able to change your voice or play random sounds,
Mm-hmm.
it is not required. I bought it because I'm like, I'm gonna mess with people, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
it's cool. It's dope. It's one of my favorite tools and everything. Um, it's again, I've only had it for about like 4 months, but I think I saw Summit 1G change his voice, but I don't like changing my voice. People don't. People like hearing my voice for some
Mm-hmm.
reason. I don't see the appeal, like we say on my stream.
It's very
But
daddy-esque. That's why. Very daddy. It's a very daddy-esque
yeah,
voice.
I think I have a sound for that too. But normally, I got it to change the voice, and I think I kept it for the sounds I could play, the meme sounds, my dude. That's
Mm-hmm.
just hilarious because there's a meme for every occasion.
Situation. Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man. And sometimes I'm not gonna lie, it's diffused a lot of confrontations.
Oh, really?
I'll
Mm-hmm.
be with Jib, we'll be with Captain Sim and Beard, we'll be at each other's throat. You play a meme that fits the situation, and we're back at slaying
Mm-hmm.
sloops and stuff, my dude. It's cool. It's a cool little bonus. It's one I like using, but one of my most favorite one of the things I think is just a necessity was I I guess OBS, just
Mm-hmm.
the streaming program. And I don't use Streamlabs. I use normal OBS
Mm-hmm.
just because I like editing my
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I like the control to be able to do what I want on stream.
Mm-hmm. I feel that. I started with OBS and then went to Streamlabs, but I felt like I needed to, I guess, and
Yep.
that's something that I felt like if you're like a streamer, you should start with OBS so you know how OBS works. That way, when you move, like the hand holding isn't as bad because,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
being able to do shit on the fly without Streamlabs being like, "Are you sure you want to do that? Are you positive? Okay, okay."
Like, I'm
And
letting you know that it's not gonna work, but if you want to do it, go
yeah,
ahead. That's
mm-hmm,
fine. And it's cool because even to this day, I've been having technical difficulties.
mm-hmm,
I'm learning new things, and again, I've had people on my stream like, yo, if you put your bit rate at this, or if you change the saturation to this and stuff, and they've helped improve my stream so much. It's a learning experience. Every day I learn something new from streaming that I didn't know the day before. And
mm-hmm,
I think that's one reason that I keep streaming, because I'm like, oh, now I could apply this that
mm-hmm.
I learned from the viewers.
Yeah,
It's dope. Um, but at the end of the day, if you're not, you could have all the bells and whistles. If you're not comfortable with streaming, you're gonna have a hard time.
mm-hmm, 100%.
If you force it, everyone gets that vibe. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
They're like, man, this
He's
dude's fake, yo.
you're kind of yeah, he's a little weird. I don't think he's he's not all there. You can tell, especially that goes for like, and you've probably seen like new streamers that are like looking at other people and they're like, they come in and they're like, oh yeah, I'm starting to stream, and then you notice that they're kind of like they're just there to be there. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
not like you can tell like, oh yeah, they're not really like that on stream. You go to their stream and they're like not at all how they're talking in your chat. You're like, what
They're
is?
completely different people.
Uh,
That's why I think there's a weird part on my YouTube history that my videos they go from family friendly, cool
mm-hmm.
to like, yo, that's Falcon.
Yeah, yeah,
So
uh-huh.
once you're able to, you know, don't be the next PewDiePie, don't be the next Ninja Summit. Be you. Once you're
Mm-hmm.
able to do that, it makes a
Mm-hmm.
world of difference, in my opinion.
What would be your opinion, just out of curiosity, if there was a new streamer that like and you had to sit down one on one, what's the number one advice you'd give them, like if they started streaming? Somebody
Oh,
new.
just do not get discouraged. Do not discourage yourself. One thing I started doing on my stream, and I'm really, really happy I started doing, just disable real time stats. That's the best thing you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't watch your viewership. Don't watch your sub count. Don't watch your views. Don't watch any of it. You could have it open in the background, but don't be it an eye shot. You don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be seeing that, because what happens is you get a jump in viewership like by 20. You freak out and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
20
Mm-hmm.
people are in here. But say you're at 15 views, whatever, you drop 2. You're like, oh man,
God damn, what happened
why
then?
did 2 people leave? Yeah, what's
Mm-hmm.
going on? You know, once you take those stats away, you're the same person at 0 views or 100 views.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make a difference. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I say don't get discouraged, because you're not gonna hit affiliate in a month. It's if you do, awesome. You're one of the rare cases, but
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you're don't get discouraged, because a lot of people, what happen is they get discouraged. And my FalconElite Twitter's full of streamers, a lot of streamers.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of retweets of other streamers, and that's how I find other streamers. And a lot of them are like, not streaming today, I don't feel it,
Yeah.
or
Mm-hmm.
feeling kind of down. And again, I'm not bashing them. You know what, life
Mm-hmm.
hits hard. Streaming is probably not the reason why they're not streaming, but a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them, man, they see their numbers, and it's almost like code for, I'm not doing good, so I'm not going to stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if I would have done that, I wouldn't be streaming today. I wouldn't be on the daily. I
Mm-hmm.
would have. I wouldn't even have a setup. I think I'd just be a basic PlayStation and
Mm-hmm.
still playing Call of Duty, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm actually like I'm really happy. I'm really happy you didn't do that because your content is amazing. I can't talk enough about it. It's great. Like my community that's come in here, like I've told them like by far you're definitely my favorite streamer that I watch. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
oh,
geez, you're gonna make me blush, my dude.
I'm just saying. No, because I mean I watch bigger streamers because Tim the Tap Man is a huge influence on my stream.
Absolutely.
I love Tim. Tim is like and I've talked about like his just chatting is like my favorite
Hmm.
thing in the world because he's just him. You know what I mean? And he acknowledges that he's not the smartest human being in the world, but he doesn't try to pretend to be anybody else. He doesn't like
Right.
do anything, and that's where it kind of came from. And I've so it doesn't matter how big that, but yeah, being part of the community and stuff like that. Which, by the way, I don't think you knew that I was a streamer at all until like 2 weeks after I had joined.
No, you mentioned it like, I don't even think you told me, my dude.
Nah, I didn't. I
I
don't.
think Princess or someone, they're like, yeah, I was in Bacon streaming. I'm like, hold up, Bacon streams? Well,
Yeah, yeah.
what?
Yeah, because it.
And then I'm like, what? And of course I like asking people. I'm like, yo, how did he get here? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what my famous question is, what are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing in my chat?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like,
What?
what
What?
led you here?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
know not the content. What are you doing here,
Yeah.
my dude?
Yeah.
Misclicked?
It was that's kind of well like I said, like I when I first saw you asked me that, and I was like, well, I'm here to learn more about Sea of Thieves. And you're like, I don't know if you're in the right place for all that. You know what I mean? I was like, well, I'm here to be here, and I
I'll be
wasn't.
realistic. I mean, I'm not gonna be the one like, oh, if you want to get a pirate legend the quickest, you're gonna have to. I'll
Yeah.
be like, nah. This is the best way to murder someone with the
Mhm.
blunderbuss while playing Titanic to them. I'm
Mhm.
gonna show
Yo,
you guys how
that
to do that.
hilarious, man. Hilarious. And yeah, and then that's why like I don't like I don't for one, it's not something that and I know you don't do it either cuz you've like I've shouted you out in my chat and not everybody, not everybody knows that you stream within my community.
Right.
I send them over there.
I
Um
get mad at a lot of my dudes when I go into their stream. I'll just be like, yo, I'm at lunch, dropping you a lurk, my dude.
mhm.
And they're like, oh, let me get. I'm like, bro, no.
Don't do that.
I'm
Mhm.
just here to support. The shout out, it's appreciated.
Mhm.
I love it. But at the end of the day, if I'm in your stream, I don't like making it. Don't bring up my stream. It's your stream.
Yeah.
You enjoy it.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
enjoy you do you.
Yeah, I think I think that's like so I respect that because there's not a lot of people like that, and I think you can say that within this community, within the streamer community, like I think that people take it the wrong like I take it the wrong way when somebody comes on my stream and they're like, yeah, I just finished streaming, blah blah blah. Like you've never been in your stream before, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, man, like cool, nice to meet you and stuff like that, but like you're not gonna
And
catch people from my community like doing that.
when you stream long enough on there, you run into almost every person on
Mm-hmm.
stream, and it adds up. I've ran into. I just read HD Gaming
Yep,
Live.
yep, yep.
Um, there's a lot of dudes that I think have been in my stream for years, and then I find out they're streamers, and I'm like, yo, this is new to me.
Yeah.
What's going on? And
Mhm.
then there's people right away. They're like, oh yeah, I just finished streaming. We just got 30 kill streak, and I'm like,
Thanks, man.
bro, you
Cool.
haven't even followed yet. What are you doing?
Why are you here?
Why are
Why?
you here?
But yeah, it's one of those things. Like I've told everybody like I mean that's one of the things I want to grow organically. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't want to just go around to people's streams and be like, hey, like yeah, I stream too. That's just not me. That's not me as a person. Like I want people to come over because they enjoy my content, not just because I put my name out there. You know what I mean? So
And I get called out a lot on the way I stream. One of the biggest problems a lot of people had they always tell me is if you would have stuck with this one game you were streaming, you would have been at 1K last year.
mm-hmm.
And it's true. But the thing is, at the end of the day, if I'm not feeling the game, I'm not gonna play it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Lately, Sea of Thieves hasn't been doing it for me. I've been playing Battlefront.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how the game is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not gonna stream a game if I'm not enjoying it. Yeah, it's good for stat wise, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, if I'm not gonna enjoy it, I'm gonna go play Call of Duty where everyone in my stream right now doesn't like Call of Duty.
Yep.
But that's
Mm-hmm.
just I'm gonna stream what I want to stream. You guys are welcome to stay or
Mm-hmm.
not. That's your call.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, it legitly Twitch wise, it's probably one of the hardest things you could do because
Mm-hmm.
it does stagnate your growth.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I really don't care for growth. I'm happy with the community I have right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with the relationships I've built.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm confident enough where whatever game I'm gonna play,
They come with you.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm with my small little community. I'm okay with it. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Whoever we pick up on the way, yo, welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Cookies and punch are in the back, and let's get the train rolling. My dude.
Mm-hmm. It's literally
So
my favorite line. My favorite line of anybody who follows. That's literally Falcon's thing, and it sounds like a small cult, but it's all family. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's awesome. That line is that line's amazing. What yeah, this community's been kind of back and forth. You know what I mean? Like I've
hmm
enjoyed the community a lot. I've seen like I mean there's some struggles. You see some people that are like they have like 400 plus people viewership, but they're like one they're not very entertaining. You're like what's so different? Why is my content so different from their content? You know what I
Exactly
mean?
right.
And most of the time, I'm like, and now I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Eventually, if I put in the work, maybe it'll happen like that. Maybe it won't happen like that. But at the same time, like, I'm just doing the stuff that I like to do. I'm enjoying what I like, and I think I think that a lot of people see that. A lot of people are attracted to that. You know what I mean? If you're into something, if you're into the game that you're playing,
Yep.
versus just playing something just to play it, it's like, like I would love to play Valorant every day on my stream. I just can't do it because I can't talk to people.
Yeah.
I get so hyper focused, and then
I don't think I'll ever stream Valorant, and the reason I won't stream it is because one, I'm so unaware of the game. I'm gonna want to focus on it,
yep.
and I'm not streaming to ignore the chat either. You know what I mean? Again, I'm streaming to play whatever I want, but also I'm just not gonna ignore you. That's really
Yeah,
bad streamer. It's like inviting
exactly.
someone to your home and
Mhm.
not talking to them.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
exactly, exactly.
It's really bad, and the more you stream, you stream for a year, you stream for 2 years, and what happens is the community I had a year ago today is
Mhm,
completely different from the community I have today.
mhm. Yeah.
And I'm going to say it. The community I have right now is going to be completely different than the community I'm going to have
Mhm,
next year. It's ever changing, and you get people who leave, you get new people who come, people who leave, and it's just how it is. And I think
mhm,
that's why a lot of these streamers you see with 400 views, it's just some of the communities moving with them, and then they're building a new community with that game,
mhm,
and it's a weird idea, but I think you know I really do believe in you put the time in, you'll get what you
mhm,
deserve from it.
mhm.
Again, you don't put much time into it, don't
Yeah.
expect much.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's hard work and dedication, you know what I mean? Like I tell people all the time that's my that word right there, like hard work, like that's my shit. Like I've got it
Yeah,
tattooed on my arm, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
you
Your
know.
camera focus point, yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. You're
Yeah,
like,
well,
let me focus the camera. Hold on, my dude. No regrets, and I'm like, no, let me focus the camera.
yeah,
I'm
as
like,
soon
all
as
right, man.
it's funny because everybody laughs at it when I go like this, and I'm like, okay, I gotta focus on my camera, and it does it. But yeah, so that's that's one of my things. I learned that at a very young age that it takes a lot of hard work, and that's what I tell people. No matter what you do, whatever you're passionate about, you have to put 200% in. You only put
Absolutely.
75% in. If you're only gonna, even if you put in just 100%, you can always push yourself to do a little bit more. Like whatever you think your cap is, that's not your cap. Like you feel like, oh well, I'm doing everything that I can. There's always something just a little bit more that you can do. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? So
Absolutely.
it's pushing the wall. It's like a marathon runner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you got to keep changing it up, my dude. And no hate towards anyone who keeps playing the same game
Mm-hmm.
every day. I mean, I've done it for the past 5 months, but I've told my stream and I've told everyone I play the game with, I told them, this ain't probably going to be a game I'm going to play this time next year.
Yeah.
I'm probably
Mm-hmm.
going to be somewhere else. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Now, if I get my goals, one of my goals right now for content creating is I do want to become a partnership on Sea of Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to have a partnership on Sea of Thieves. Um, and if it happens, if it happens, if it's not, it doesn't. Hey, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna be mad about it. I'll be like, yo, I had fun trying to do it. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Yeah.
If
Mm-hmm.
would partnership make me play the game every day? I'll probably play it a majority.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna play what I want on the side
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, when Ace Combat came out last year,
Mm-hmm.
Ace Combat 7, me and Dallas played the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was some of the low numbers I've had on Twitch.
Yeah.
But I didn't care,
But
my
you
dude.
enjoyed the
I
game.
enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I played that. I think I played over 30 different games on stream last year.
Damn.
And not just one day. I would play
Over and over and
3
over again.
weeks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'll
Mm-hmm.
switch the game. That's just how I roll on my channel, and I've been pretty blessed to actually have a game I've been enjoying for the last few
Mm-hmm.
months
Mm-hmm.
since December, November, which was Sea of Thieves. It feels like it's about a transition, but only time will tell. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, well, you've said that the reason why you got off that, well, that you've It's kind of the same reason why I got off Call of Duty. For everybody who's here, I started that. That was my game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's still my shit. Like I get on Warzone with the people I like to play, but as soon as the hacking, as soon as like the worst thing to a gamer is playing a game where the elements of the game are out of your control and like you
Yep.
can't control like what's going on. That was like the most hurtful thing to me was as soon as the hacker started, it was like can't even play a game. I couldn't even
Yeah.
play the game correctly, you know?
It breaks your mentality
Mhm.
on it, because what happens with me is I hate saying my biggest thing. I'm like, bruh, I suck.
Mhm.
I'm sucking. I lost my touch. And a lot of people are like, bro, he just took like 5 freaking RPGs to the face.
Yep.
He shouldn't
Yep.
be
He should
alive.
be dead.
And I'm like, nah, man, I
Mhm.
suck. I couldn't get it going,
Yeah, it's a certain
And it
certain
breaks your mentality. And the thing is, I start blaming myself, and I think a lot of people do that, because streaming, yeah, you're entertaining and everything, but at the same time, you want some good gameplay on your stream, my dude. You don't
mhm.
want some mediocre stuff,
Yep.
because when you're not entertaining, the game entertains.
Mhm. Yep.
And if the game sucks and you're not that entertaining,
What are you doing? What are you
yeah,
doing?
it's not gonna
Mhm.
go, and that's why I think Sea of Thieves has worked, because you know I I I would say we are kind of good at it.
Oh,
We're decent at the game, and
nuts. Yeah. Mhm.
and of course there's so much more better people out there, but we we're able to hold our end. But man, there's some days that we just get wrecked bad, and it's like, bruh, what am I doing?
Yeah. I definitely feel that. Yeah, I don't know. That's why it's so different, I guess. Like now like I got away from the Call of Duty community. I got away from like now that I'm playing other things like streaming has opened my eyes to gaming cuz I'm playing
You know,
so much more than what I was before and one of the people that came onto my stream they're like, "Why don't you just settle with one game?" I'm like, "Well, like I just want to play a lot of stuff. Like I don't want to just sit there and play, 8, 10 hours of Valorant, play 8 to 10 hours of Call of Duty over and over and over and over again. Like yes, you're building a community, but you're building a community of people that just want to watch that. You know
based
what I
off of that
mean?
game,
And not
there's
based on
huge
you.
partners that, and actually I think Bacon Donut is one of them.
Mhm.
He plays Minecraft
Mhm.
nonstop for the last, God knows, 6 years.
Mhm.
He's just Minecraft. And, you know, if I believe he makes a living off of Twitch. He
Mhm.
does make a living off of Twitch. So once you get to that point where you're making a living off of Twitch, if you're known just for one game and you play something else, you're gonna have a hard time on
The
Twitch.
fuck. Yeah.
Right now, while you're an affiliate, or not even affiliate, just a regular streamer before an affiliate, if you could get known for just being a multi game player,
Mhm.
you could play any game. You're gonna have an easier route, in my
Yeah.
opinion. It's harder. It's so much harder to grow that way,
Yeah.
because you're gonna play games that you will not get views, and they're just some games you don't like, and you're gonna get massive views.
Yep.
That's just how it is.
Yep.
So,
100%.
damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you pick one game to just launch your career, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna switch. If you
Mhm.
pick multiple games,
It's gonna
you're
be
gonna
hard.
take a while
Yeah.
to launch. You know what I mean?
To do
So
that grow. Mhm.
you gotta be prepared to pick which grind you want.
Yeah,
Honestly,
the affiliate grind, like, and correct me if I well, this is one of the things that you told me, and one of the things that kind of stuck was like, my affiliate grind was insane, right? Like I was like, me get on, get these hours, like get these followers, get my average up, like do all these things, and then as
hmm
soon as I got to affiliate, there was like a week or two after that I was like, like I did it, you know what I mean? Like I did it, I got it, and then the grind between affiliate and partner
it's completely different.
is so different because there's nothing like the steps to get to affiliate. Don't get me wrong, they are hard if you're first starting to stream, but they are nothing like partner. Partner is insane. Like
hmm
the qualifications that you have, and even if you do get those qualifications, it doesn't mean that you're gonna get partnership. That is
You're not
just not.
guaranteed. Yeah.
Mm.
So affiliate, anyone could get affiliate. It's not easy, because I can't remember the stat percentage there was. There's a low percentage of affiliates on the platform.
Mhm.
A good majority of streamers on Twitch are not even affiliate.
Mhm.
So that's saying a lot. And then of course you would say, no, well, everyone I run into
Mm-hmm.
is an affiliate. But the thing is, you're only looking at like the first top
Yeah.
two
Top.
two lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not paying attention to all those 0 or 1 views on the bottom. You know what I mean? And that's where you get affiliate. Good on you.
Mm-hmm.
That is a huge accomplishment
Mm-hmm.
because you're part of like 2% of Twitch.
Yeah.
It's somewhere around there. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But partnership, not only do you have to meet the requirements, like you have to get
Mm-hmm.
the 75 average view, so many hours, and stream so many days. Um, you have to be your personality and the way your stream is has to be enough for Twitch to be like, yo, do we want this dude to represent us?
Mm-hmm.
Do we want this girl
100%.
to represent us? And if you could have the numbers and everything, but if you're not entertaining, you're not
Mm-hmm.
really up there, you're gonna have a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't get partnership. I seen some really good friends of mine this close to getting partnership, and they never got partnership even though they hit the requirements. They
Yeah.
just didn't hit it because it just wasn't enough. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
what was Twitch was looking,
Yep.
and that burns out people. That burns
Yeah,
out people
they're
good.
like, fuck, like I'm gonna queue. Yeah, there's a guy which shout out, like he's actually my pops watch him. His name is Chewy Cracker, and
Mm.
he's a streamer from the UK, and he tried last year over and over and over. His average was up and everything like that. The thing is that the time frame, which people don't realize, the time frame, there's only 2 times a year that they do. I think it's 2 times a year that they do their partnership applications, and you send in the application with everybody else who's hit that average. If you go to send your application and you're only hitting 75 views, which is the minimum requirement to be partner, there could be 30 people that are averaging 100 views. They're gonna pick the people that have 100 views over the bare minimum 75.
Absolutely.
So
There's a lot of famous people too that just because they're famous and everything, they're not partnered
yeah. Mhm.
because frankly they're not that entertaining to watch. You just
Mhm.
have your name.
Mhm.
But I think there's a huge one of uh my favorite is I think it's Sam Whitaker. And a lot of people who don't know Sam Whitaker, he's actually the voice of Darth Maul right now.
Okay. Uh huh.
He does the voice and everything. But a lot of people would recognize him. He's the actor who did the main character Deacon in Days Gone,
Mhm.
and he also played Star Killer in The Force Awakens.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that guy,
Mhm.
him,
Okay.
he's partnered on Twitch.
Interesting.
Hella interesting streams. Hella interesting.
Uh huh.
I never see him go above 200 views,
That's
but interesting.
crazy.
Like
Mhm.
great streams. And that's what Twitch kind of looks for. They're like, bro, yeah, he only has 200 views, but he he could keep them because
Mhm.
he's a good streamer.
Mhm.
And I see a lot of affiliates hitting 1K and so
Yep.
on, and they're
Mhm.
not going to get partnership because just they don't fit what Twitch wants. It's
Exactly.
hard. You're not gonna, what they say, you could be the juiciest, ripest peach out there, but there's someone out there who hate peaches, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man. Yep. 100%. That's why
So
I think that's why I enjoy your stream so much, cuz it's like I watch your stream and I'm like, damn, like it's hella entertaining. Like it doesn't matter if
mm,
the game's there, like the stream you keep it entertaining and everything like that, and like for instance my stream, like I appreciate you telling me that my stream's entertaining when like I don't feel just like you, like I don't feel like that. Like I appreciate you saying that, but I always feel like there's like I could be doing more, you know what I mean, to for my audience and for my community and stuff like that. Which is like weird cuz Twitch is not the platform to be doing what we're doing right now. Like
right.
podcasting is not like platform, but something that I'm passionate about. You know what I mean? Like that's something that I like to do, and this is kind of it. And then when I had told you about like the podcasting, like here on Twitch, you were like, "Dude, that's fucking dope," and I was like, "Yeah, I guess like you know what I mean? Like I think it's pretty entertaining, but you know." It's just weird. You just have to make yourself different than everybody else. You can't be cookie cutter on
It's true. You got to try
Twitch.
different things. One, there's some great partners out there. And I like using partners as an example because there's like, okay, well, what are they doing that
Mhm.
made them a partner? You know what I mean? There's one partner, and I can't, his name is not coming to mind right now, but he only plays retro games, games that are over 20 years old.
Mhm.
That's all they play,
Mhm. Yep.
bro. And they will outdo the top Call of Duty player in
Mhm.
views. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
just, at the end of the day, a lot of people don't understand. People aren't going to Twitch and watch the game. If you want to watch a game, you go with YouTube. I'm not
Yep.
gonna lie, you go with
Yep.
YouTube.
Mhm.
If you want to watch entertainment or watch a streamer, you go
Mhm.
with Twitch. You
Mhm.
go for the streamer, not for the game. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
game comes with it. So
Yeah, it's the stream. It's like it's kind of like watching a late night show. You know what I mean? Like if you want to see the clips from it, then you go to YouTube to watch it. But if you want to watch it, then you actually watch it live, like on whatever network that it is. You know, so
absolutely, yeah.
it's kind of a crazy thing. So what? So I know that you've kind of mentioned on your streams a little bit, but how into cars are you? Just out of
How
curious.
into cars? I'm not knowledgeable where I
Mm-hmm.
could tell you, oh yeah, the proper name of this
Mm-hmm.
damn device is a flux capacitor. Nah,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, but I have quite a bit of experience where I could get any vehicle kind of running, I guess you
Oh,
could say.
okay. Mm-hmm.
So in my family, we own a lot of Jeeps,
Mm-hmm.
and we own old Jeeps.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really new. I think the newest Jeep is a 2006.
Okay.
I own a 2001 Jeep Cherokee, which is
Ooh.
it's zombied out.
Uh-huh.
I have zombie
That's
stickers and
awesome.
it's
Mm-hmm.
lifted,
Mm-hmm.
and we done it all ourselves. And then my dad owns an 86 Comanche, which is like one of the first Jeep trucks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That bitch has a lot of problems, my dude. So one day, the radio will go out, and the next day there's no fuel going to the engine, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
brah. And I've always believed on being hands on, and I think
Mm-hmm.
my stream shows that a lot because I don't like people doing stuff for me. I
Mm-hmm.
really hate people doing stuff for
Mm-hmm.
me. So again, like my emotes, setting up my stream, I'm not paying someone to do that.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
could do it. If I don't know how to do it, then by all means I'll get someone else. Same thing with the vehicles. I'm gonna try to do it stuff. So I'm pretty good. My Jeep hasn't blown up yet. So I
Mm-hmm.
guess
I feel
I
that.
guess I'm doing something right. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
I feel that. Um.
Yeah, but I'm into more off-roading vehicles. I'm really into off-roading vehicles. I've dabbed a little bit in sport cars, but not enough to be like, oh, have you seen this model with
Oh
this
yeah.
engine?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, you're talking 80s. I don't know what the hell you're talking about it.
Yeah. That
Bugatti. You're talking about Bugatti? Yeah, I
Bugatti.
know
I
Bugatti.
know the name. Yeah.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of I dabble a little bit. I'm basically the same as you. I'm more of a motorcycle guy than I am a
There you go.
and that was kind of but yeah, I was just curious because like I've seen you talk. You've also played like Snow Runner and stuff like that, and you've kind of talked
Yeah.
that the enjoyment that I saw on your face of playing Snow Runner. Which if you guys don't know, it's like it is an off roading game. You know what I mean? It's you build different trucks and cars and stuff like that, and you off road. And the enjoyment on Falcon's face playing this game was so intense. Like I couldn't even. He was so
I've been
hooked.
told I don't show emotion. So
Ah,
for me to show emotion on a game,
yeah.
I must really like it, my dude. Okay.
Which it was like, that's why I had to ask. I was like, man, like he looks like he's really
Because
enjoying it.
we do it in real life. We
Ah,
do
okay.
that in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So out here in West Texas, we have desert dunes, my dude. Desert. It's like you're
Uh-huh.
in Dubai.
Uh-huh.
That's the kind of desert dunes we got out here. So a lot of these other people, they're like, yeah, we off road on rocks. Yeah, and I'm like, you've never off road in 4 feet of loose sand, my dude.
For real.
You don't know that feeling. And I've been in situations. It's 2 in the morning, and my buddy, runs right into a bush, and he has dug himself 3 feet in, and we're like, we only got one strap and three vehicles. Let's get this bitch out.
Uh-huh.
Let's figure it out.
Uh-huh.
And and then it's that kind of stuff, and that's why Dallas has a big connection with me. He's part of a off-roading company
Oh,
that makes
okay.
lift kits.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's where I get my lift kit. You
That's
know what I mean? That's where I
awesome.
get my off-roading stuff. So, and again, that's gaming. That goes back to the conversation that gaming creates these weird relationships we would never
Mhm.
thought of.
Yep.
I
Mhm.
I got a hookup for my freaking vehicles. You know what I mean? And it's badass. You know, I've learned stuff. I've broken a lot of stuff, and I
Uh-huh.
regret it.
Mhm.
But to this day, I'm happy where it is. And SnowRunner just goes back down to two basic things: the simple things of gaming. You know, you don't need a lot in a game to enjoy it.
Mhm.
If it has the basics and it's fun, it's fun.
Yep.
And then it just reminds me of off-roading. Right now during this COVID stuff, we're not allowed to go off-roading.
Mhm.
They've closed the dunes. They've closed that. If they
Mhm.
catch you, you get fined. And I'm like, bruh, I'm broke. I can't afford
Yeah,
that.
I can't be.
You
Yep.
know,
I feel
I
that.
had, if I had that, Dr. Disrespect money, then I'll be off-roading every day paying fines.
Mhm.
I don't care. But now, it's better stay home and then hopefully, as soon as this ends, we'll be back off-roading. I've always told my girlfriend I want to make a streaming backpack.
Mhm.
That's always been in the back of my head. There's been several streamers I watch, and I looked into it, and it's expensive.
Mhm.
Not
Yep.
only to build it, but to maintain it
Mhm.
because you have monthly bills you got to pay for it. But I'm like, bro, if I could integrate that with off-roading,
Yep. You
oh
be hooked. You
man,
be gone,
I'll be
dog.
hooked. Like, all right, guys, we're back to the 30th day of off-roading out here.
Yeah, my
That's what I'll be doing, my dude.
my So if you have the opportunity, which because I'm gonna everybody who comes on here, I'm gonna ask them, the same question. Where would you like to see yourself within streaming? Where would you like to see yourself in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, I really want it to take off more. Where the reason I want it to get to a point where it could help me start supporting me and my family.
Mm-hmm.
I would really love that. That's a dream. I'm not going for it for the money, but the reason I want it is because I love it so much. I want to be able to focus more on it. I want to make more
Mm-hmm.
videos for YouTube, and I've been actually searching for like video editors. I'm willing to pay like
Mm-hmm.
part-time hours right now
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to get a video editor because I want more content. I like content. I love making content. But realistically, I got to work.
Mm-hmm.
I work
Yep.
40 hours a week,
Mm-hmm.
probably even more. And if I'm able to sustain myself where I could do this even more,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, that would be the dream, my dude. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I feel
Because
it.
at the end of the day, when just like if you would work on a motorcycle, your Jeep, uh, you know, as soon as you're done making content, you feel like, yeah, I made that.
Yep.
That
Mm-hmm.
that's my baby right there.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
I get I get this rush from it. After every stream, there's been streams where I just like, all right, see ya, and I log off because
Mm-hmm.
I'm pissed. But a majority of the streams, as soon as I end the stream, I feel like I accomplished something,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to do it more.
Yep.
I would love to
Mm-hmm.
stream more during the day. I would love to make more videos. I would like to stream longer. And the only way that would become a reality is if streaming could
Sustain that.
sustain me.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I'm being realistic. The chances of that happening are slim and none.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
It's a hard
reality.
game. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, all right, you know what? We're growing at a good pace. I'm gonna quit my job right now, my dudes, and I'm gonna stream full
Yeah.
time. I can't. I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
realistic with it. Even, I have amazing support right now and everything, but I'm gonna do what I can where I could do what I love
Mm-hmm.
without affecting my loved ones.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that's, I don't want to put them in a position where like, oh great, this guy's unemployed and his streaming's not doing good either.
Yeah.
Like but to make it, short and simple, I want streaming to become a sustainable source
Mm-hmm.
for living where, I could put more into it.
Yeah.
That's the dream. I want to do more with it. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm limited right now because I get on 11:30 my time
Mm-hmm.
every night and I stream till 5 and then I sleep, I go work,
Mm-hmm.
do it again.
Mm-hmm.
There's no time to do more stuff than that on there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel
So
that.
I want to do more stuff with it. I really do. There's so many plans I have for it, but
Hmm.
it's just time. Time will tell.
Hmm. Well, I like I said, like I appreciate you for coming out here.
Yeah, anytime,
It's
my dude.
it's all love. Like I said, like you're part of my your family. You know what I mean?
Yo,
So
let's
like,
go.
but so I do want to appreciate it and thank you. This was like, I'm not gonna lie, people. I was hella nervous, and I told Falcon that like before I got on here to like do this because this is kind of the other podcast that we do is very like we just kind of bullshit and stuff like that.
Just chill. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
chill. This is more like you know, but this is more like a legit podcast. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah. So I just want to say thank you. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and shout him out. His link has been going through. I linked everything. His Twitter, Instagram. I hit his YouTube up and his Twitch. Like if you guys are
Yo, I
here,
appreciate that, my dude.
yeah. Like I did what I could. Like he's he really is. He's an amazing content creator and big reason why I'm streaming as much as I do. So, thank you guys for coming out. We're gonna go
That
ahead
was
and
dope, my
raid
dude.
somebody. I haven't really decided who we're gonna raid yet. I think that actually I have the guy. His name's RJ. You guys have seen him before. He's a very he's he's still kind of new to it, so we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then I will be back tomorrow, same time as I always am at 5 o'clock. Falcon, you gonna be on tonight?
Uh, Probably not. I think I'm gonna stop
Oh, you're
streaming
just gonna
tonight.
stop? Like the
Yeah, I'm just gonna
five
stop.
eleven was the day, right?
I'm gonna be freaking on, man. You know, like what stupid question is that?
So yeah, so definitely if you guys are up and you guys please go over there and check him out. He
I
definitely deserves
appreciate
it.
that, my dude.
So all right guys, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
Right
Yo,
on, my dude.
for real, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Nah, that was badass. I enjoyed it, my dude.
Did you? It's okay. You can be honest, dude, with
No,
how you
I
feel.
enjoyed it. I've always wanted to do stuff like that. Like I said, I've always, me and Jibble always